So this is a video for the channel and wholesale market. The chat we're going to have is going to detail a bit about where and why we would be a good fit for certain MSPs. And at the end of the video, we'll talk a bit about where our price points sit in the market and where they're not the cheapest. How do you have that conversation with your clients to make sure that, the fact that we're not Spark or Vodafone makes sense and is understood. To that end, let's kick off. So I think maybe just talking about where we see Lightwire, we see ourselves sitting in the market. Nick, do you want to kick off with, I guess, how you see that?
Yeah, I see Lightwire as a more premium player in the market. We try and wrap our services and products around being a more managed solution and consultancy service as opposed to a transactional low-cost telco operator.
Yeah, I think one of the things I always like to say is because of the effort we've put into our platform, every single service is a managed service through Pulse, which is a real-time monitoring and really nice dashboard system we've got inside of our customer portal. Whether you're on VDSL, UFB, part of a managed WAN, every single service has real-time reporting, has a portal you can log into to get all of the detail, has latency and jitter shown in graph format, as does circuit utilization that's shown too. So there's a level of default service that I think is better than anything else that I've come across in the industry. Certainly,
I think, that extends as well to our pre-sales. We've got a great team of guys who'll really go in and look at what you're trying to achieve for the customer, and whether that's diversity, advanced complex routing situations, some kind of bespoke firewall requirements or something like that, and actually designing that solution with you to achieve the end result for the customer.
No, that's fair. And I think when you're looking at a wholesaler, what we're really providing is a free pre-sales resource, often where we're representing their brand for them. In terms of post-sales, we've got a project manager for every deployment, whether it's one circuit or 20. So there's a real sense that Lightwire is part of that wholesaler's operation. And when it comes to channel partners, we're essentially allowing them a free external consultant to help them step their clients through what the best outcome for them is based on the needs that have been understood. But it's fair to say that all of those people, all of that time, all of that investment in innovation does not come without a cost. So, there's just no way that we aspire to be Vodafone or Spark. We can't focus on driving people to do everything through a self-service platform. We can't focus on a pure drive towards the lowest cost of acquisition. We have to focus on enabling others to succeed. And that doesn't simply mean the lowest possible price point at any cost. It means a very good price point with all of the value that's added. So, I think it's fair to say that if you have a customer base that is a price-driven, at the expense of everything else type of consumer, we're probably not going to tick a lot of boxes for you.
Yeah, I think that's right. And that probably segues really well into actually what are our three markets that we're focusing on, and the size of those that probably suits Lightwire quite well.
Okay, want to take us through it?
So I guess kicking that off is we've got the retail market, which is our least focused market in the business space. It's going to be customers with, I'm going to say 10 plus staff. It's probably even more than that. Depends on the type of business and the value that they wrap around the managed elements of it, and the contention-free policies and velocity that we can deliver support and service and provisioning on. And then moving up, we've got the channel partner focus. They're probably playing in the same space or same size customers as that retail market, but they're looking for a partner that can deliver those services for them and have that point of contact that they can go and call support for and build those relationships to get things done for the client and kind of be their trusted advisor as they are to their client. And then I guess you've got the wholesale market, which is the next tier up really, and that's for the bigger players. A turnover of 1.5 million up to that 50 million revenue, and they're looking for that complete ownership, that making us part of their business to enable them to drive that growth, whether it be part of an SD-WAN solution or just being their voice services or consultancy around complex clients and their demands and requirements. And those are the three areas that we're playing in. But the wholesale one is probably the biggest growth market we're seeing at the moment.
Yeah, it occurs to me too that we should make the differentiation between internet services and voice services. Prior to COVID, we were very much an internet provider that did a reasonable amount of voice. Now we seem to more and more be a fairly sizable voice provider with Teams calling, 3CX, and just straight up SIP trunks that does a reasonable amount of internet. What I think is a fair call, particularly in the Australian market, is that we probably are a price leader in the voice space. In the New Zealand market, because of our per channel cost structure, we again, almost by default or through an outcome of that pricing model rather than the price point itself, a price leader as well. So perhaps how we fit in the market on a pricing basis really depends on the product you're looking to source from us. But it's fair to say that all of those same premium service features, pre-sales in the Teams calling space, for example, post-sales implementation, the free trial that we offer, stepping you through that, all of those same premium features apply. So in the voice space, you just get lucky and you get that at a really, really market-leading price point as well.
So we should probably talk about handling objections at this point. So maybe we should start off with internet services and how you'd handle the objections around there. Do you have any thoughts on that one, Brendan?
Yeah, I think the very first thing is we're not going to work for everyone. So if someone's been offered $79 a month for some UFB service and that's all they need, and they don't see the value in avoiding call centers and kind of dealing with that whole anonymous call center hell, then we're not going to be the right fit. So that's step one. We don't want to get, you can't appeal to everyone. You can cater for everyone. You can accept service requests from everyone, but you can't appeal to everyone. You need to pick a lane. Our lane is not that. So that's the first thing. In terms of, why is this UFB service $10 more per month? Well, I think there it comes down to what you need that service for. What does that represent to you? Does that represent business continuity? Because if it does, and you need, or your IT support provider, who may be a channel partner of ours, needs the mobile number of key escalation contacts within the business, well, you get that with us. And those people trust us and they know us and they can access us. That $10 might cost you the escalation path that your tech contact has. So that's probably one of the key things for me is something will always go wrong. It's the internet. There will always be a fiber cut. There will always be a router that dies. What happens when that happens?
Yeah, that's a big one for us. I think that's, if anything, we're known for our service and our delivery on that. And I think, going one step further, of just being able to contact the right people in the business, but also having transparent SLAs around our products that we make available to people. We're happy to take total ownership if something goes wrong. We'll admit fault where fault needs to be admitted. We're not ones to run and duck and not answer our phone and hide.
Yeah.
But it's a premium service, and that's what you can expect from us.
And I think too, we engage with our customers to let them help drive our innovation process. They help us lead our strategy, and our priorities are based around their feedback. So when one of our partners comes to us and says, look, my customer really believes that this feature is missing, great, that'll come into our next quarter sprint and we'll get that done. That's something we've been doing for years now, and it's really paying dividends. You don't have that kind of a voice with the likes of Spark and Vodafone. So that's another point. The other one just comes back to that whole every service is a managed service. If you need your IT provider to know the moment something goes down, to be able to access the right people to fix that, well, that's what you get with us.
That's probably close to 10 minutes, so we should probably wrap that one up there.
Yeah, done. Okay, all right. Well, we'll do a separate video on pricing, and no, we won't. We'll do a separate video on, what are we doing a separate video on?
Wholesale versus channel. Which one's actually right for you?
Yeah, good. Okay, we'll do a separate video on that. Okay, but for now, we'll leave it there. Thanks, Nick.
Thanks, Brendan.